Okay. Hi. This is a video that I did not want to make, said I was not going to make, but here I am recording, and here you are watching. So I guess here goes. So I'm gay. No, I'm playing. Okay. No jokes. I should really be serious with this video. If I'm honest, this is the second time I've tried recording this because I don't have notes. I don't have any type of thought process. I just wanted to come at this video as just as straight as possible. I guess I should really just start with my feelings. I don't know. This is a really strange video, you men, because it's like this is like all my other videos where I'm talking about stuff that actually like stuff that has to do with like my emotions or whatever. Like I always hide behind like jokes or whatever. So like recently, right? I noticed that I would look at certain people that usually I would be attracted to, but instead of being attracted to them, I would feel a bit jealous. If that, I don't want to say jealous because that makes it sound like I'm hating them or like I have something against them. But I would look at, I'm talking about women, and I would look at them and I would just be like, oh my gosh, she looks so pretty, and with those glasses on, she looks so pretty with that hat on. Why don't I look like that? And I was like, I caught myself. I was like, what the fuck did you just say? Like, and I started screenshotting photos of. This sounds so weird. Like I'm saying these sentences in my head, and it sounds so weird coming out of my mouth. And I know this is just gonna sound so fucked out of context, but it's like I would take screenshots of these women, and I would just look at them, right? And I would just think to myself, like, why can't I look like that? Well, how come they're so pretty and I'm me? You know? I growing up, I've never been into fashion. I put out a video actually earlier last year where I was talking about why men play as women in video games. In one of the sections of the videos, I said that there are guys that out there that think that the clothing options and beauty, I guess, that characters that are women in video games have, like the options are greater and it leads to better customization. And also I was talking about how that for me specifically, I always would play as not specifically women in games, but effeminate characters in video games, period. I always loved playing as them versus more masculine characters. And an example of that would be, think of somebody, when I say effeminate characters, it doesn't specifically have to be women. It can be male characters who are just effeminate looking, just to give you more context. And I said in that video that I don't exactly know why I'm like that, but it's just something that has always been with me, and it's something that I've always done since for as long as I can freaking remember. And only just recently, I'd say maybe like a month ago, I started purchasing items that are clothing items that are meant for women specifically. Even like a couple days ago, I was at the mall with a couple friends, and I wanted to buy these pants. And then the woman that I came up to, she was like, these are for women, right? And I was like, yeah, that's fine. And she was like, oh yeah, okay. The pants were too long for me. I don't exactly know how that works. But it's been the strangest experience because I don't buy things. I never cared about clothing. I never cared about fashion. But I've just been on this spree of just buying a bunch of items to make me feel special. I don't know how else to say it. It's like I know how to say it, but I know how it'll come out. I know how it's gonna come out, and I know how it's gonna be perceived, and that's one of the things that kind of stops me from saying it how it is. It's like I already know how this video is gonna be perceived. Like I'm a fucking I already see like if I had to write a clickbait article about this, 20-year-old Gen Z male talks for like 20 minutes about how he wants to be a woman or whatever, and that's just not the case. It's just I don't know how to put it into words, and I don't know how to make it seem normal for people because that's something that we do a lot of. You know, we label these people. I fucking hate labels. I absolutely fucking hate labels. I don't even know if I talked about it in this cut of the video. I probably didn't. But in the previous take of this video that I tried to do, I talked about how I didn't even want to say the word femboy because I don't like labeling shit. I don't and I actually wrote an essay about this for English, which I have to submit in 17/5/10, okay, in 5 hours. And I was talking about how labels they can do good. There's like two sides to labeling people. It can bring people together, but it can also very much divide people. We look at these labels and we categorize human beings based off of words when we don't even know what they're like. Like people will look at me and the first thing they'll see is black, male, Gen Z, da da da. Before they see a fucking human, before they say the word human, they've already categorized me into a bunch of different shit. And depending on their past experiences with people like me, oh, Gen Z, oh, he must be this, that, and the third. Oh, he's male, he must be this, that, and the third. He's black, he must be this, that, and the third. And it's like, am I guilty of this? Of course. Of course I am. Like, I've thought about this video for a while, and it's kind of crazy. I don't even know how this is going to be perceived. But growing up, I remember back in like 2010, the hip thing to do would be to shit on people who were bronies or like furries or whatever. And even still to this fucking day, people still do that. And back then in 2010, I was like 9 years old. And so obviously my juvenile ass was a part of that. But now I'm sitting here at 20. I'm just all like, damn. Those were literally just people that were just dressing up just to have fun. And simply because the internet told me that, oh, these people are weird. Have you seen what these specific furries have done that's fucking crazy? Let's all fucking categorize these people as fucking weird. Just because we're not a part of that group. Like, you ever notice how people always shit on groups for doing things that every human being does or every group does, but because that specific person is not a part of that group, they're shitting on them? Like, notice how if you ask people who is the cause of today's climate of people being overly sensitive, you'll have millennials claiming that, oh, it's Gen Z. Gen Z is the problem with today's climate and why everybody's so sensitive, da da da. Then you have Gen Z saying, oh no, it's millennials, that's why, da da da. Then you have Gen X be all like, oh no, it's da da da, it's da da da. It's like everybody's blaming each other everybody's blaming each other's group when everybody's to blame. Everybody contributes to it. I don't know if my thought process is coming together, but I don't like labeling myself or putting categories on myself because I find that shit to be very confining. Like that term femboy, it's like it has a specific connotation to it. It has a specific when people hear that word, they have a specific thought process of, oh, he's a femboy, he must be this, that, and the third, he must like this, that, and the third, he must act like this, that, and the third. I already know what he's like because of that word, that specific title, that label. That's also why I will never like talk about like my sexuality or shit like that, because that shit is that's a whole fucking can of worms, and that's it's just a whole thing. These labels, man. These labels, man, they can do good, but I see them dividing us so much, and it's like the only fucking label that I ever want to be known as is human. That's literally all I fucking want. But anyways, I've gone off on such a tangent. But like these items that I've bought, like this shirt right here. These gloves, these glasses, all new. I have a bunch of other items scattered around my room that I've bought, all women's clothing. And it just makes me, I love it. Like there's no other word to say. There's nothing else I can say. Like I took a couple photos a day ago with some of the things that I bought, and I was just looking at myself, and it's just like I feel so like I almost teared up looking at these photos. Because I have enough self-awareness to know how I'll be perceived. I have enough self-awareness to know that if I take off, well, I don't have any nail polish on. Well, it's not even nail polish. It's actually just Sharpie. Like, I know if I take off this pink shit and I put on a fucking black t-shirt and these gloves are fun because there's nothing inherently feminine about them. But I know if I take this off, I get rid of this pink phone case or whatever, and I go out, people will look at me like, oh, he's just a normal guy. What if I go out looking like the photos that I've just shown you? And people are gonna have a certain type of reaction to me. They're gonna think this, that, and the third about me, have such terrible thoughts about me because, again, these fucking labels that we put on people, this fucking subcategorization of human beings. Like, I just like to dress the way that I dress, and there's really nothing more to it. And another thing I kind of wanted to talk about is just the fucking hypocrisy. I mean, there's double standards all throughout life, and you'll see that in so many different facets of just living as you get older, and it's just like, one thing I've noticed is the fucking animosity society has towards women and just not women. Well, women, yes, but feminine things in general. And before I even get into this, let me say, when I talk about people's struggles, or when I speak about people being treated unjustly, that is not to fucking say that they are inherently the worst receiver of things, or to say that other groups of people don't get the short end of the stick as well, or that there are other groups in the world that don't also get treated unjustly. I'm specifically talking about one group of people right now. I just want to say that because people get really strange. People act, again, with these fucking labels. People get so caught up on, oh, this guy is talking about people mistreating women. Does that mean he doesn't care about the mistreatment of men? Does he not know that men are mistreated as well? Oh, this guy is only talking about men's rights, and does he not care about women's rights? Like, no, bro, I just care about fucking people. I just care about fucking people. If we could live in a fucking world where everybody could live peacefully and not give a shit about, yo, this guy is wearing a fucking pink shirt, let's like fuck with him or whatever. Like, I wish I could live in that fucking world, but sadly we don't. And that's just the fucking reality of it. But anyways, there's this thing where if a woman, right, does stereotypically masculine things, and by the way, I'm not, I don't subscribe to the fact that certain actions are inherently feminine or masculine. I'm just simply echoing things that society has deemed masculine or feminine. Like, let's say there's a woman out there that partakes in lots of swearing, loves to shoot guns, gets drunk in parties every fucking weekend, and shit like that. Just stereotypical dude things. She's seen as one of the guys. She's seen as one of the cool girls. She's seen as not like the other girls, you know, that tag, that shtick. But if you take a guy like me, oh, he likes pink. He grooms himself every week. He likes to look proper. He likes to look pretty. Da da da. Oh, he's gay. He's this, that, and the third. He must be in the closet. Da 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 da. A bunch of I've been on the internet for a while. So I'm used to this shit. I've actually, just the other day, I got fucking, this dude tried to fucking, I don't even know what to call it. I guess he tried to troll me. But it's like, nigga, I'm 20. I grew up on the internet. The shit that you have to say to me ain't gonna hurt me, bro. He tried every fucking avenue. He tried to hit me. He tried to hit me with racism. He tried to hit me with homophobic slurs. What did I just say? My camera died, so I think it's time that I wrap up this video. But he was trying to hit me with all this shit, and one of the things he tried to hit me with was Gen Z is trash, this, that, and the third. Like, again with the fucking attack of the labels. Which, by the way, just a quick note for people like that. If you're going to talk shit on the internet, please don't have your fucking information easily accessible through your profile. Straight up from homie's username and bio, I could figure out all his information. And if I wanted to, if I was actually pissed about the situation, I could have fucked with his life. Did I? I don't know. But that's enough information about 32-year-old Joe from Mexico whose little baby brother passed away a few years ago. But it was like, from that situation, it almost fucked me up. I'll be completely honest. And not in the way of, oh, this guy has just attacked me. I'm so mad. Like, honestly, when he was talking to me, when he was shit talking to me, like we was actually having a whole back and forth. I was actually editing. It was like 12 a.m. I was editing an English assignment. I had an English essay due later that day, and I was just editing it while Joe was talking shit to me. It's funny as hell in retrospect, but I wasn't really paying him any mind. But I just had a thought in my mind. I was just like, men are trash. Like, that is exactly what I thought. And I feel so ashamed that I actually got to that fucking point of being so caught up in this label, of men and then the enemy. Because I feel like that is exactly what he felt with me. He looked at me. He saw, oh, he's black, he's different than me. Gen Z, he's different than me. 20-year-old, he's different than me. He looked at the way I dress, so he's not straight, he's gay, he's different than me. He looked at all of these labels, all of these 4 labels, and said, that is the enemy. And I took his hatred for my labels, and I looked at his specific label and said, fuck all of that. Fuck all of them. Because no matter where I go, all my life, the only people that have fucked with me have always been men. The only people that have fucking shamed me, have talked shit, have looked down on me, have assaulted me, this, that, and the third, have only been men. And it was that, at that specific point, that I just went, I'm done with this whole fucking group. And it's like I had to take a step back and realize how much of a fucking hypocrite I am. That what he has just done to me is what I was about to do to him. And I almost felt justified doing that. You know, it was such a profound moment of realization. And I just had such a profound moment of realization of like, yo, what are you doing? How are you just going to just condemn a whole gender? And specifically your gender as well, even though it wouldn't be better if it was whatever. Because of the actions of like one dude or like a few bad human beings in your past. I just had to realize, like, I'm getting too caught up in these fucking labels. I'm getting too caught up in these fucking labels. The one thing that I've been trying to fucking I don't know the correct word, exodus out of my life is a thing that is consuming me with so much hatred right now. I'll be honest, I don't know what this video was. I really don't know what this video was. It was I'm a man. Like I am a man. I would not change that for the world. You know what? Fuck that. I'm a human. I'm a fucking human being that enjoys looking, dressing, grooming myself in the way that I like. And that's the simple fact of the matter. I can't change the way I look. I can't change the things that I fucking like, the things that I enjoy. I just enjoy what I fucking enjoy. And what that entails just so happens to be what everybody in the world deems as feminine, and because it's me specifically wearing it, it's seen as wrong, or it's seen as weird, it's seen as disgusting, it's seen as just bad. That's what we labeled it. I don't know, man. I don't know what this video was. I don't know who this video is for. But that's been me. Ace the femboy. Thanks for watching. Peace.